Let me know if you guys can relate to this. You see, 2 years ago, the age of 26, the very, very ripe age. See, this was post the pandemic. I'd never felt like this before. I felt stuck, ghosting through life, if you will. So I had a good job, bought a house, mortgage, a little dog. I had what I thought was what I wanted. But I very quickly realized as I was entering a very, very bad stage, stress, acne, breakout, major hair loss. You see, all these things started to hit me. And that's when I needed to do something different. I needed to find out what I wanted to do for myself. Thankfully, I found that. At 26, I sold my house, sold everything that I had basically, and I started to travel. And over the last 2 years, I've been to 16 different countries. Some of the best experiences probably I've ever had in my life. You see, over the last few months, I've entered that stage again. The love of travel slightly diminished. I think predominantly because I'm solo traveling, it takes a toll. This is actually the first time in 5 months I've actually picked up this camera to vlog. I've been thinking about what I wanted to do next, and I figured it out. You can probably tell by the title, but I've moved to Vietnam permanently. I don't know for how long. You see, there's something about Vietnam. It's the culture, it's the motherland for me as well. My parents were born and raised here. There's something special every time I come back, and I keep getting pulled back here. So, what does that mean? This is my new apartment. This is my apartment, at least for the next 2 months. See, this video, I wanted to share with you guys an update, how I've moved to Vietnam, how I'm gonna essentially live and hopefully thrive, what the videos are gonna look like and everything. We've got a lot to do today as well. Got a whole list. I've got to find a new coffee place. I've got to find a new gym. I've got to find new groceries. So much has changed here in Vietnam. There's a brand new MRT, a train station that many people would never have thought was going to be actually completed. It is. We're going to go and check that out. We've seen the list. We've seen what I've got to do. But I want to give you an accommodation tour first. We've got a couple of beautiful worn out orange sofas. Really also wanted a TV to watch YouTube, Netflix. Definitely needed air conditioning, microwave, kettle, kitchen stove, cutlery, bed, fully furnished. And we've got this sausage thing as well. This is a Vietnamese staple. This is the view from my apartment as well. Just in the distance over there, you've got like a pickleball court. This is in a very nice area, Thao Dien. Booked to stay in Thao Dien because a lot of expats live here. It's a nice neighborhood. It's cleaner. Reminds me of Melbourne a little bit in comparison to all the crazy hectic streets of like a D5 or a D3. One thing I wanted to avoid was goddamn chickens. You see, in Vietnam, people have chickens as pets for eggs and whatnot. I got in yesterday, tried to sleep. I slept 2 hours. I'm running on 2 hours of sleep. And you want to know why? Just over there, there's little freaking, I don't know if they're roosters or cocks or just some sort of annoying bloody chickens. That's all I was hearing last night. I will show you the bathroom as well. Sink, mirror, storage space. Quite a new toilet with a bidet, and obviously the shower with the double shower head as well. And they come with complimentary shampoo, conditioner, soap. That's the place. Price-wise, incredible as well. $890 a month Australian. That's about $645 US a month. And this is Airbnb as well. I've booked this place for 2 months. I just wanted to see if the area was okay. In hindsight, I probably should have booked it for like even less because there are freaking chickens across the road. Just got a bark, which is, but we'll see how it goes. I really like the area though. And if I'm gonna rent long-term in future, maybe 6 months or a year, I'll definitely maybe look around the area and I'm sure I can get an even reduced rate. That's the accommodation. We've got a lot more to go ahead and check out. The list, we've got a whole bunch of stuff to do, so let's go. All right, we've made it to the Thao Dien MRT. This is actually a little bit wild to see. I've been seeing it, I've been in Australia for the last like 4 or 5 months. I've been seeing people just posting it and it actually looks sick. Like this is something I would imagine I'd see in Thailand or Hong Kong, something like that. It's actually so clean as well, as it's brand new. That's probably an obvious statement. So we've got ticket vending machines. They don't seem to be active as of yet. We've got like a little bit of a skywalk that leads to the other side as well. Seems to be a ticket counter here if you want to purchase a ticket. We're heading to Bentan, but I do believe you can actually just use Apple Pay. Like this. Ở bả đây hả chú? Alright, that one didn't work. Okay, and then we go through. Looks like you have to use MasterCard. I was using Visa, so MasterCard works with that. I think the train is coming. Oh, we've just missed it. But the safety rail is up. We've got guards essentially across all different platforms. One of the reasons why I wanted to come to Vietnam as well is the country on the rise. They've been through so much in the 19th century, early 2000s, and now with economies on the rise, from what I hear at least, like this is a little bit of a sign of greater things to come, I'm hoping at least. Trains, it comes around about every 12 minutes. I'm looking at the sign, next one's like 9:19, so they're not regular. Not somewhere like Japan, Hong Kong, China, where it's like every 3 minutes. Obviously it's new, not many people are using it yet, so over time, hoping to see the times get increased. There's about like 5 or 6 carriages. Doesn't look too busy either. It's pretty quiet, to be honest. Normally Viet's very loud, but everyone's just chilling.
Đây là chuyến tàu đi Bến Thành. Ga tiếp theo là Tất Cả. This train is bound for Bến Thành. Next station is Tất Cả. Các cửa bên phải sẽ được mở. Chuyển sang tuyến số 5 tại đây. Ga dừng sau Tất Cả sẽ là ga Công viên Văn Thành.
That was actually really, really cool. I've been on trains, subways, everything, all around the world. It's the best ones in China and Japan, etc. But it's so cool to see it in Vietnam, I guess being of Vietnamese descent. And it's good to see that there are cleaners, so many more guards and workers. It's just given more people an opportunity to work in a nicer, cleaner environment as well. Cool to see there's like the subway, there's the underground area as well. I love like when I'm in South Korea or Japan, they've got all the shops and everything underneath in the subways. So you're staying out of the heat, and Vietnam the heat is crazy. Just like that, we're out of the MRT, the subway. Very clean, very inconspicuous. And it's so weird. Now you're back to the mayhem of the streets of Vietnam. Man, I've missed Vietnam, huh? Just the aunties on the side selling fruits, mangosteen, mangoes. But let's go and get one of the most underrated dishes here in Vietnam, my personal opinion. One of the best tasting that not a lot of people get or even talk about. So from Saigon Center, along this street right here is the best bowl of bún thịt nướng that you'll ever eat in your life. Normally this entire section is just filled with tables and chairs. Bún thịt nướng, one of the best things you'll eat in Vietnam. Very underrated. The vermicelli. We've got these beautiful crab and pork spring rolls as well. We've got beautiful char grilled pork meat. And then the ma han, which is the scallion oil, mixing with the peanuts. We've got the pickled daikon and carrots. Here is the beautiful fish sauce. I personally don't like too much, just a bit of a drizzle. A lot of people pour it all in, but it's a little bit too salty for my liking. There's a few items that I miss eating in Vietnam, and this is definitely one of it. I open up about 6:30, so if you get here at 7 or something, everything is completely fresh. I mean, just at the front, the amount of the spring rolls and pork that's already made, you know they go through a hell of a lot. And behind me, the auntie's cooking up the fresh meats. Oh, it's so good. When you get towards the bottom, all of that fish sauce is soaked in with the noodles, the herbs, the veggies, the meat. And on the left, you got a drink station as well. They've got like sweet teas, but a good old Jada iced tea. One of the best meals I've ever had in Vietnam. For an affordable price of 75,000 as well. It's about $5 Australian. Alrighty, we are back at the apartment. Now, a little bit of a dilemma. I want to get a bike. I'm thinking about getting a bike, but I don't know if the price will outweigh the benefits. I want to get a bike, love to drive around Ho Chi Minh City, but I don't know if I'm going to be using it daily. That's the thing. This Tao Ding area is pretty well, it's got everything. That's why a lot of expats come here and live here. There's a gym close by, there's coffee close by, there's grocery stores close by. So I'm going to do a little bit more thinking. We're going to go and grab a coffee, a little bit of caffeine, the Vietnamese favorite legal drug, and then we're going to go hit the gym. I want to find a gym. I just want to get straight back into the routine. I've been training for the last, consistently in Australia. All right, this is my neighbourhood. This is the suburbs of Tao Ding. Very, very narrow roads is this place. A lot of cars. Done a video here before. It's potentially the wealthiest district in all of Ho Chi Minh City. A lot of expats come in. There's a lot of international schools here as well. And the reason why I and many expats want to come here is it's just modern. I love the hustle and bustle of Saigon in Vietnam, but it can get a little bit too chaotic, especially if you're surrounded by it 24/7. And I just love this. You've got the trees, the greenery. This area is very, very nice. I mean, right across from me, we've got a Habano specialist. I was actually here sometime last year and I made a video about this rich area. I bought a Cohiba, about almost 300 Australian dollars. Boom. It was a very good cigar though. Guys, I was walking to the coffee store and then a fan stopped me. This is Mark. Say what's up, Mark.
Hey, shout out to my wife, Carla. Yeah, she's watching your video all the time. Yeah.
Good man. So Mark does tattoos.
Mark.
Filipino tribal tattoos. In here?
Doing a traditional Filipino tattoo. Yeah, here in Cauquien.
Okay. I want to get a tattoo, so we might come through sometime and check out Mark. But Mark, good meeting you, brother.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Alright, man. I'll see you around, yeah?
Yeah, I see you.
Yeah. Filipino.
Message.
Yeah, you got my WhatsApp. Send me a message, bro. Alright, man. Take care. See you, brother.
Thank you.
No worries, Mark. Good to meet you, man. I was just walking along and then I just hear, there, bro. I just hear David Kai with a Filipino accent. Alright, we made it to Swan Tui Street, which is like the main cafe international restaurant. I was asking Marky boy, Kuya, he said this place is a little bit pricey. We've got like Phuc Long, which is a premium brand essential coffee and tea here, which the place looks insane. I mean, just the exterior looks mental. We've got another one which is Phơi La, which looks very nice as well. But I want to go to Kong Cafe, which is like a northern communist themed cafe. A little bit cheaper than these other two options as well. And it's right next door, which is pretty good. This place is really nice. Yeah, come on. Yeah. This place is sick. It's definitely got that green communist feel. Like if you arrive to Vietnam, like you'll see the immigration people all in this, it's like this dirty green color. Like that's the whole theme. The exterior is just like greenery, trees, people just chilling. Inside is amazing as well. But also the back. I mean, there's a swimming pool in front of me. You can't access, you know, the commie way. You can't access the pool, but at least it's cool. It's visually appealing, and the coffee is affordable. I got a large Gafo Suda, and this cost me 49,000. That hit the spot. Wow, this has got to be the best coffee in the world. Got to find a gym now. I'll be in this area for around about 2 months, so I want to find a gym with air conditioning. I've trained in Vietnam gyms before, especially Saigon, and fantastically cheap gyms. I'm talking $1, $2, $3 a day entry, but there is no air conditioning. You're back to back, set to set with like sweaty ass old men. Not all the time, but you know, they'll have a towel, they'll clean themselves, but it's just not ideal coming from all air conditioned gyms in the West. So we're gonna try and find a gym. I've found 3. One of them, California Fitness and Yoga Gym. Here we go. Overrated, ill-equipped, pompous, arrogant staff, except the cleaners. Pretentious, overpriced garbage. Like, god damn. But they've got air conditioning. It's like the trade-off. Like, what am I gonna do? There's a lot of smaller gyms, but I don't know if they're air conditioning. There are a lot of private gyms. There's another one, Elite Fitness Vincom in Tao Ding. 4 stars, 180 reviews. Some of them, I've had a fantastic experience at Elite Fitness a few days ago. Outstanding service from DAP. And then there's another one, like, very strange place. All employees exercise during lunchtime. One trainer wearing glasses with tattoos.
It's using the cable machines for over an hour, causing inconvenience to customers. It's hot too, the air conditioner isn't cool. I might have to give Elite Fitness a miss. There is one that's with really good reviews, Gym Cow. I'm thinking I'd go here. 4.9 stars, 41 reviews. Very small boutique gym, spread up upon 3 floors, very compartmentalized and encapsulated. Reminds me of something you'd see in Tokyo Center. But the premises is very modern, very clean, reception is very cute and very polite. AC is okay, and it's on the reasonable price, 80,000 for a day pass. I might go and check out Gym Cow. I love that, just the sign that says gym out the front. We've got some like coffee tables and whatnot as well. 80,000 for a day pass, which is, it's not bad. That's like 4 or 5 Australian dollars, so reasonable. I was looking at the monthly passes and they're about 50 bucks Australian, and then the higher you go up, the cheaper it gets. But I'm not too sure. This place is actually pretty small. It's 3 levels. Where I'm up now is the 3rd level, the top level. So you've got like a dance studio on the right. When you walk up the stairs, you've got like a little massage area, masseuse, I guess, and free weights. And then you've got the power racks on my left, just behind me as well. Downstairs pretty sick though. It's like futuristic. I can see where the modern Tokyo sort of vibe, the comment that we were reading before, but pretty small. There was like 6 people training down there, and like a third to half of the space was taken up. So you'd have to want to train in like, it's like midday now, so it's a good time to train. The people are at work. And the machines are great. The weight of the cable push downs, the flies, the movement is like perfect. The dumbbells are nice. They go up to like 35, 40 kilos as well. You got benches, a little bit light on the leg machines. Is that an Asian thing? Asians have big legs. I've got pretty big legs. But yeah, the vibe is sick though. The staff are amazing. Like I came up here by myself to check it out, and then one of the staff followed me and she's like, let me turn on the air conditioning for you. She turned on one, boom, she turned on another as well. She should turn on 2 air conditionings. The vibe, the music is good. It's like hip hop, R&B. You got a little bit of Future, you got a little bit of Drake, a little bit of Kendrick. I don't think I'll sign up to the long term just yet. I want to go check out some other gyms. It's just a little bit too tight. I like more freedom, more space. Next up, we're gonna find some groceries. Found one here, Unfull Siltei Supermarket. Seems like it's one of the more cheaper options, so we're gonna go ahead and check it out. This place is a proper massive grocery store. Got to fill up on some water. 10,000 dong. Eggs as well, 38,000 dong. It's interesting, they do 10 here. In Australia, they do 12. Whole variety of frozen goods. As you can see, a bit of the Western influence here as well. Peanut butter, snacks. Been on a very good diet back in Australia, just like rice, lean proteins, beef, steak, tuna, eggs, tuna chunks, olive oil, 47 a pop. Bit of unsalted butter. Okay, groceries done. I think I am actually gonna get a bike. Like walking around, it's taxing, eh? I think I'm doing this like day in, day out, so we've got to become fully local. Be like this guy. What are you doing, brother? All right, I'm gonna go home. Gonna try and find some rice. Am I gonna cook rice? I'm gonna buy rice.
All right, we're back at the crib. I'm hungry after a gym session, and I figured out what I'm gonna do, at least for the time being. Grab, the best application in the world. Not only does it give you transportation, but also gives you delicious Vietnamese food on demand for a very cheap price. 2 meals a day. Maybe we go out for a breakfast or a lunch, and then another meal, or order some Grab in. What I'll do is I'll get extra rice. We're on Grab. Let's look for like some gum tam, broken rice. You can find it anywhere. And then I think the smart thing to do is get a bike. We might go after, have some lunch. All right, these look good. Here we go. Gum tam. 4.4 stars, over 1,000 reviews. Broken rice with grilled pork chop, shredded pork skin, and a pork pie. That sounds delicious. Oh, these extras are good. We can get an extra grilled ribs. We can get a fried egg Mr. Thighs. I'm just gonna go for the extra rice. Let's go for 2. All right, so we've got broken rice with grilled pork chop, shredded pork skin, and a pork pie. Then 2 extra rices as well. Place order, and it is easy as that. 104,000 Vietnamese dong. You can see why a lot of people are moving to Vietnam. Cost of living, obviously, for those who are coming from a Western country, you know, it's a lot more privileged. You know, I think Thailand was that. So many people are in Thailand, and now you'll see the next wave of people coming to Vietnam, especially places like Da Nang. Nha Trang or the Russians there already. A lot more coming to Saigon, Hanoi. We've got the extra rice for later, 2 of them to be exact. It's a good amount. This is my meal now though. Very nice. Look at that cơm tấm. Not a bad post-workout meal. I made it out to top-notch motorbikes. Anthony, what was your name?
English name is
Yeah.
Timo.
Timo.
In Vietnam là Nghĩa.
So I've had a look at prices online, and this is like one of the cheapest in the area. It's about 1.5 million a month for long-term rentals, at least 3 months and above. This is the one we're looking at, a Honda Airblade automatic. It's definitely an older one. You can see obviously the damages on it. Feels alright. Not too bad. If I could rent this for at least 3 months, and then if I can find a better one, a cheaper one, but it's not bad though, to be honest. It's actually pretty good. Just very old. It has seen some shit. I feel like it's gone through the war. This is lighter? Lighter? Nhẹ hơn không? Cũng bằng hả? Alright, this one is looking a little bit more gay. Okay, có nhiều chỗ hơn anh sao?
Rộng hơn nhiều.
Mà trai nhón nữ không?
Đúng rồi.
Sao nữ? Oh, this is way too feminine. I look gay hả? Bên đây không? Bên đây.
Gay from inside.
This is much lighter. I don't like the feel of this one at all. This one feels like it's a little bit too strong. The Honda Wave is much nicer. It's not as smooth. I feel like that one's smoother. I can get this one?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. I think we just go and get this one, to be honest. It's nice. 3 months. If you don't like it, you can return it. And they say monthly, just come back here and they service it.
Xong rồi nếu mà anh chạy tháng hay nửa tháng gì đó, anh không thích thì nhắm vào em đổi xe cho.
Đổi xe hả? Okay. So this place is like a mechanic as well. They fix up the bikes. Every month, I'll come back, pay for the next month, and then they can service the bike and everything as well.
Double check oil.
Yep. Alright guys, we're all good to go. They've pumped up the tires for me as well. I'm not the biggest fan of autos, but we're good, we're safe. Let's go. This is one of the most freeing feelings you will ever get in your life, I can promise you. Now the laws in Vietnam have changed significantly. So back in the day, if it was a red light going forward, you could actually still, or you couldn't, but like people would turn right into the right lane. But nowadays, you're gonna get a few $1 million fine. So they're really trying to hone in the traffic laws here in Vietnam. So I think I can say that I'm officially moved into Saigon, Vietnam. I'm gonna share with you now, many of you might be thinking about doing a very similar thing, moving over to Vietnam. There's been a huge influx of people, a lot of Viet Gills, international expats obviously coming over to Vietnam. Just there's something special about it. The culture, obviously the standard of living compared to the cost of living if you're from, a Western country, which I'm very fortunate to have been born in. Let me share with you how I've officially moved over here, and then also what the cost of living for myself is going to look like based off today's outline. How did I actually move over here? So Vietnam has a visa system. Now for majority of tourists coming in and a lot of expats who live here, there's a 3-month visa at the moment. It used to be only a month visa, which is crazy to think about because a lot of expats would come, live for a month, then have to do a visa run, go to another country, get that visa again, and then come back. Now me, being of Viet Kieu descent, which is technically a Vietnamese overseas, my parents who were born here, my grandparents are still here. Essentially, I was able to attain a 5-year visa. Now, in terms of cost of living, if you want to get a comparison, for me, this is what I've sort of mapped it out to look like. In terms of rent, right now, this place is 14.5 million a month. Airbnb, like I've mentioned, if I can get a nicer place, even for a long-term rental, 6 months or a year, might it even be cheaper? In terms of food, I definitely spend higher in comparison to a local, but I like to eat better quality foods. It's about 9 million a month. We just rented a bike for 1.5 million a month as well, which is, I think it's a pretty good deal. If any of you guys know an even better, cheaper place, please let me know in the comments. I want to go and check out that. I did get a SIM card as well with Viettel, which is probably the best provider network from what I've used in the past. That's about 160k a month, which is cheap as. And obviously extra miscellaneous items if I make friends, if I go out. I love watching movies. There's a big pickleball scene here. If any of you guys like pickleball and you're in Ho Chi Minh City, let me know. I'm keen to hit up a couple games. Going out, ordering food, buying clothes. I put about 2 million a month. And then the gym, I'm yet to find a gym, but I'm hoping to find one for about $1 million a month at most, at tops. D2 seems like it's a little bit of a pricey area, and I want air conditioning, so we'll see how that goes. But about $1 million would be ideal. So the total comes to pretty much 28,160,000 Vietnamese dong a month. Local, that is crazy. Like a proper local, that is crazy, crazy high. You can definitely live closer to a local. You just have to live in much more local vibes. You'd be eating street food all the time, not really buying groceries. You'd be going to like a gym that's super hot. You'll probably buy a bike for even cheaper, a second-hand bike, rather than be renting. So that's what I've worked out the cost of living to be, which comes to about 1,700 Australian dollars. And in comparison to what I was paying when I had a mortgage, grocery shoppings, I had a car, it's about half the price less, if not even more. Expenses in Australia, owning a car, mortgage, groceries. If you want to go out on a night with your mates, that's probably 50, 100, 150, depending on what you're doing. If you're going drinks, food, all that stuff. And the future of the channel and the YouTube videos, I haven't posted in 2 to 3 months, which is a long time. I've never gone this long without posting. I've mentioned I sort of fell out in love with solo traveling, making videos, and I just wanted to see what was next. And living in Vietnam, making Vietnamese content, I don't know, something about it. Like I said, it's the motherland. There's just like something that always pulls me back here. It's definitely the culture, the community, the people that I have met. There's just a different vibe to it than any other country that I've been to. And if any of you guys are wondering, no, I was not in Chinese prison for making communist subtitle remarks. No, the Chinese people are lovely. So don't worry, I haven't been in Chinese jail for making light-hearted jokes and whatnot. But thank you for all your concerns. I just needed time to recuperate. As for the future of the YouTube videos, they will be primarily Vietnamese-based, Vietnam content-based. I'll still be doing side quests into other countries, more focusing on bucket list items. And if there's one thing that I hope you can take out of this video is, it's never too late. There's one thing that I always think about, and I have been thinking about as I made the decision on what was next in my life. And that is to not die with any regrets. I'm approaching the 30s, 2 years away at least.
Damn!
So I want to make the most of my life whilst I'm young and physically able to move around and do things that are healthy in nature. So I implore you, if you find entertainment out of this video, amazing. But if there's something that you've always wanted to do, some sort of passion, some sort of interest, even if it's just a side time thing, you don't have to blow up your entire life like I did just to find some sort of passion through travel. But it could be the smallest of things. The smallest of things like subscribing to this channel, because it would help me a lot, and hopefully it gives you a little bit of entertainment, and you can see what's going on in Vietnam in the upcoming videos as well.